and then blamed it on his alter ego. Hey, buddy, if you read books like by Nicholas de Vere and you read any of the elites' books, they tell on themselves because they have to. That's how Freemasons work. That's how Luciferian Satanists work. They have to tell you the truth in order to evade karmic responsibility. How they tell you the truth is up to them, whether they do it through predictive programming or they put it in books that you don't read because you're only getting PDFs from Africans, right? Blamed it on his alter ego. If you knew anything, you'd know that the Rh negative factor is the genetic evidence for these reptilian serpent seeds. If you understood the Rh negative factor, you'd know that the elite are Rh negative within their bloodline. It doesn't matter what race they are. Hence why all of these intermingling groups, you go anywhere in ancient society, you see blue-eyed people are the ruling class. Whether that's Sumeria, the Aztecs, the Mayans, when they got taken over by these serpent seed, they were pale skin. They had blue eyes and recessive features. This is why your white man and your modern Asian, your modern European, have pale skin, because they intermingled with their serpent seed. The Neanderthals and Denisovans were offspring of these beings that you claim don't exist, you dumb shit. And then he goes on to say there's no reptilians, there's no Anunnaki, there's no aliens, there's no extraterrestrials, there's no Bigfoot. Well, if he understood these are, first off, there's no such thing as extraterrestrials. There are interdimensional beings. There's no other planets because we don't live in a heliocentric environment. We live in a flat earth plane which has different earth dimensions. There are different dimensions. There's only one physical location. There's no different planets to land on. Heliocentrism doesn't exist. But to a jackass like you, flat earth theory is a white man doctrine. Jackass. Right? So you can see what he's saying. He's saying there's no other spiritual beings. There's no other worldly beings. There's no spiritual realm. There's no different dimensions. This guy is an idiot. Right? These men, among many others, are the very reason why you think that Nibiru, ETs, aliens, and lizard people are controlling the world. First off, how could Nibiru, which is supposed to be a planet, be controlling anything if it doesn't have any autonomy? The fuck are you talking about? See, I agree with you on the ETs thing. That's the cover-up. That's the lie. There's no such thing as ETs. There are interdimensional beings, not extraterrestrial. Well, technically, if we're saying that the reptilians are underground and in military, deep underground military bases and in underwater bases, then technically you can say, yeah, they're extraterrestrial. But if they were here before we were even created, like Genesis says, like Genesis shows us, I don't even know where I put, okay. All right? So you can clearly see that the serpent was already around before Adam or this current group of man was created. So you can go check out the first 3 chapters of Genesis. They are there. Okay? So we agree, these beings are not aliens, they're not ETs, there's no planet called Nibiru. I agree with that, you jackass. It's just the context, you got it wrong, right? They would be lizard people. There's no other way around it, okay? I have never seen any intelligent life do UFO drive-bys, and you see his logic, this is his logic. I've never seen any UFOs do drive-bys in a... What do UFOs have to do with reptilians? What do the two have to do with each other? If it doesn't happen in our village, it is a lie. Do you Oh God. Okay, so let me ask you this question, stupid. It happened in Credo Mutwa's village. Credo Mutwa is an African, South African. He's more African than you. You understand? He's the real deal African. He talks about reptilians. So I guess he's a lying white man, though, right? Okay, let's just get into it. Let's just get into it.
More precise. Just a short...
Shut up. Okay, let's let Credo talk.
And like I say, I asked him...
Let's let Credo talk.
...about the origin of the knowledge that he's about to pass on.
When the white men started destroying our religion.
See, when the white man started destroying our religion, Right? He's talking about ancient history. He's referring to as religion. Right? Let's keep going.
When he started demonizing our gods,
the white man came and demonized his gods, right? And remember, he's not an Israelite. He's an African. So remember, the gods that they believe in are demons. But keep going.
when he started ridiculing what we believed in and actually using educated Africans to destroy that ancient African religion.
Now, if the white man wasn't the serpent seed, why would he go all around the world destroying all the artifacts and evidences of a ruling class of non-human hybrids? That's what the white man did. He went all around the world during the 1100s to the 1400s, destroying all the artifacts which showed that these beings exist. They wanted to wipe their rulership out of the memory of mankind so that we wouldn't be aware that we have an enemy that is in this terrain that is battling with us, the serpent seed, right? Come on, man. This is what Genesis 3 and 15 is about. Let's go.
In many parts of Africa, sir, our ancient religion went underground. And there were, call them secret societies, all over South Africa and Central Africa and East Africa and West Africa, where this knowledge was stored and kept by aging guardians, many of whom did not know that in other parts of the land there were other guardians who were doing exactly as they were doing.
Do you hear what he just said? He said there were, in other words, what Credo is saying is once a white man was going around the world destroying shit, remember, the white man was like, listen, you either destroy this shit or I'll kill your ass and destroy this shit. So niggas had to hide all that type of information. They had to withdraw from the common community and they had to hide it. They had to safeguard it, right? Otherwise, the serpent seed, these white men, Asian men and women who are related to these things, right? They would have went around everywhere in the world and destroyed every piece of information about them. Do you understand? Let's keep going.
Now, when I first became a Sangom, I was already, say, a person of education. I had entered school as a child of 14 years. And when I became a Sangom, I was a youth of 16 years. And what my aunt and my grandfather, as well as my maternal grandmother, taught me, shook me to the core of my soul. I found that the mission schools had been teaching me lies about my people all along. Missionaries had told us as children that the only light came to Africa with white people, that before the white men came, we black people had no idea about God. We had no belief in a life after death. And that our people were just a race of savages who used to lie around in the sun, womanize, fight, and drink beer every day. I was suddenly awakened to the fact that Africans had in fact been far greater intellectually than the missionaries were willing to give me a ghastly price.
All right, hold on. Let me just hurry up and get to this part.
And then they went into a graveyard, and from there they removed the hand of a corpse, dead 2 days, and they brought it and they challenged me to cook it I did so. And these were the peoples who first told me about a race of highly intelligent beings which they called the Chitauri.
Chitauri, right? A race of highly intelligent beings, right? This is talking about the serpent gods, the six-dimensional beings, the fiery serpents who fell from heaven, right? It's talking about these beings, okay, which came from here. See? Reptilians, Seraph, aka Nakash. So he's talking about these beings in Genesis 3, and it's also talking about these beings here in Genesis 6, okay, which came down and mated with the daughters of men. Okay, so Genesis 3 and 6, these fiery serpents, these seraphs, right? Quetzalcoatl is considered a fiery serpent, right? Hold on, let me see. Quetzalcoatl. Okay, Quetzalcoatl is considered a fiery serpent. Look at the way Quetzalcoatl is depicted. No, that's not him. Where is he? Okay? Eating a man. The eating of a man. Okay? Eating of a man. Okay? The fiery serpent god who can transform, right? Transfigure himself. Has the ability to shape shift, right? Don't reptilians have the ability to shape shift? Right? I mean, you guys can type it in yourselves and go see fiery serpents. Okay, you see me post shit like this on the page. The nigga is literally fucking green and eating human flesh. There's ones where they're eating human flesh. Like, you guys, oh man, I don't know, man. Motherfuckers is retarded. That's all I'm saying to you. Because they stuck on the Pan-Africanist shit.
The Tokas, a race of creatures which look like reptiles.
What? A race of creatures which look like reptiles? The Chitauri. Let's see. Chitauri. Let's see. This is funny, right? This is a comic book, but just pay attention. The Chitauri are a fictional race of extraterrestrial shapeshifters appearing in American comic books published by Marvel, right? So even in the comic books they tell you. But let's go to what the Chitauri is. Let me see. Chitauri African. Let me see. Chitauri. Zulu secret nation. Okay. Let's see. So apparently the Zulu nation, and this is who Credo Mutua comes from. Okay, so let's see. Let's get more specific.
Stop it. Do you really believe she stopped texting you back or went cold on you because she lost interest? It's nonsense.
Shut the fuck up, nigga. Okay, so so I want you guys to see this. So this is like 3 hours long. You can look this up in your own time. Just type in Credo Mutua, right? The reptilian agenda. And you can spend your time watching the 3 hours, right? But what we're going to do is get more specific. So let's just get straight to the point.
Is this some film producers, like the producers who make the film Star Wars, often show creatures in their films which actually exist, which even the most uneducated of Africans who knows this Chitauri can identify. For example, in the new Star Wars film, what is it called? Star Wars or something like that. There is a creature who amazes me called Darth Maul. Darth Maul is a red and black being with a ring of small horns right round his head. That is exactly what the cheetah woolly look like. Some have got ordinary heads without any horns on their heads.
See, he's describing to you the different looks of these beings, right? These beings have different looks. Some of them have horns on their heads. Some of them have regular, what looks like skulls. But let him continue his description.
These are the lesser cheetah wool, but the royal cheetah wool.
So he just showed you the ones without the horns are the lesser chitauri. The ones with the horns are a higher ranking class, right? They probably got more bloodline importance. Let's keep going.
Have got a ring of sharp horns all around their heads, and the very high cheetah woolly, like their king, Mubaba Samahongo. They have got very long horns which grow this way, not that way.
Okay, so let me show you something which is kind of, you can look up cryptozoology. Skull with long horns. Let me see if I can find it. There be certain ones like this. If you look up cryptozoology, you'll find authentic bones which are unusual. They'll have horns and shit. They'll be like, what the fuck? No ear holes or whatever. Big eye sockets and horns. That's not the one I wanted to show. But I gotta find the one from cryptozoology. So let me see if I can find it. Zoology. Keep in mind that there's a reason why they don't produce certain things inside of particular museums, and that's because they're hiding things. I gotta make sure I find the right one, but it's a human skull, and it looks like it has, like fucking horns like this, but I can't find it, so I don't want to pull up something that might not be real. But I know the other one was real for sure. Ready?
But this way, like certain antelopes. Now, I just wonder where these film producers get their information from.
See, so Darth Maul would have been a representation of the reptilian. A reptilian. So look.
A long time ago, in the galaxy Milky Way, we arrived at the solar system of your planet Earth. We first stopped on the moon of planet Earth.
Okay, now, remember I was telling you guys a couple years ago that they would tell a lie? There's a great deception coming. I've been saying this shit since 2008, all right? There's a great lie that's coming, and that these beings which are coming, they're not aliens. There's no landing on the moon. There's no moon to land on. Right? All of that shit is lies. Remember when I was introducing to you Lloyd Pye? Right? And I was telling you the lie that they're going to tell you they genetically gene spliced us from apes or from whatever chimpanzees. That's why we're only 2% different, because they spliced the second and third chromosome. This is the information that Lloyd Pye brought out before they murdered him. Right?
We mined the moon and hollowed it out to create a home base for our people to oversee and control the human race. You may have heard of the hollow war theory, but you may not have known that the moon is hollow also. The material that we mined from the moon was used to create our...
I don't know what the fuck that is. Yeah, shut that shit up, because that's garbage. Don't pay attention to none of that. We're just going to get back to this part.
We have ruled the world.
What?
Hundreds.
What? Hold up. Didn't this nigga say it's a white man's theory that lizard people are ruling the world? That's what he said, right? Let's go back to this man post. Cause it looked like he left the room. I was hoping he was gonna stay, but it looked like he didn't want to watch Credo Mutual and get sunned. So, isn't that what he said? Right? These men are, among others, are the very reason why you think, implying that it's a lie. Right? Let's go back. Remember, he was saying it's a lie, right? Let's go back. Remember, he was saying it's a white people's lie, right? Let's continue going back. There's no reptilians controlling our world, right? Big ass letters right there. What did Krito Mutwa say? So I'm killing him with two stones, two birds, nigga. 2 stones, 2 birds, 2 for 2. 2 for 2 on a Sunday.
Southern Africa.
Listen.
If you wanted to learn the secrets of a certain secret society, you had to do dreadful things which I cannot repeat here.
So if you want to know the secret of the secret society, the secrets about the reality of this realm that we live in, you got to do some terrible things. Remember the dreams I told y'all about? How these celebrities, they be drinking blood and eating each other's shit, having sex orgies, homosexual orgies. Remember? What do you think the wicked shit they're talking about? So that they can be blackmailed just in case they come out and tell the truth. Because if they start bugging the fuck out and telling the truth, then there's no secret society without any repercussions, right? But if there's repercussions for telling the secrets of a secret society, then motherfuckers in the society not going to want to get kicked out, aka killed, right? This is how secret societies work. This is why they got handshakes and pinky handshakes and all these special fucking symbols and all this nonsense, right? Okay. See how it's making sense? Let's go.
And at one time, in Barotse land, in the west of what is today Zambia, my teacher said, look, how far are you willing to go in order to become one of us? I said, I am willing to go in.
So look, the Freemasons came up to him and said, yo, how far are you willing to go to join us? Because you know some shit, but we can fill in the details that you don't know. But how far are you willing to go to join us? What Credo said his response was. Credo tell you and said, I'll go as far as I need to. What does that tell you about Credo Mutwa? Tell you Credo Mutwa is not no innocent dude himself. Right? So we gotta be light on our feet when it comes to what he's talking about. We gotta weigh it against other matters to make sure that it's true, right? Because he just told you what type of game he on, what type of time he on. He'll do whatever he need to. Matter of fact, let me let his words and make the man speak for himself.
And at one time, in Barotse land, in the west of what is today Zambia,
hopefully Ankh is in here. Nigga, I'm on the live stream right now to prove you wrong. So when my live is done, we can open up. I'll be at work tomorrow. So same time, you can come on. We'll double up on the live, and I'll just beat your ass in person. Right now, I'm showing them the video evidence. So if you want to wait, then you can wait. But don't say anybody's scared of you. You're not on my level, my nigga. Like, I was shit on you. You probably not even in here no more. I was shit on you, nigga.
My teacher said, look, how far are you willing to go in order to become one of us?
Listen.
I said, I am willing to go anywhere. He looked at me and he said, listen, educated man, we are tired of people like you. White men come amongst us to milk our minds and then to kill us. We want to be sure that we can trust you. And wait, sir. I said, great one. I am willing to do anything. He said, are you?
All right, so this lets us know the character of the man, right? So even though I'm using him for evidence, this does not mean that everything that comes out of his mouth is true or that I believe. Just no more so than everything in any book, except for the Torah Tanakh, is true, right? No more so than everything in this book is true, right? If you're any intelligent person who knows how to study and read, know that you sift for information. So, dummy, when you keep bringing up, I don't know why you bring up Malachi Z. York. I don't own any of his books. I'm not Young Pharaoh, my nigga. Go sit down with that shit. 2, I don't own any Jordan Maxwell books. Although when I first started waking up in 2008, as you can guess, David Icke, Jordan Maxwell, Zacharias, these are all names you come across because you only ever come across the disinformation agents first. It's when you start digging and doing proper research. My nigga must think I just started doing research. Nigga, I'm 29 years old. I've been doing research like this since I was 16. You don't know more than me. You don't study more than me. You're not even close.
I said yes. And then they went into a graveyard.
Alright, so let's speed it up.
And Mutua was very puzzled. What's this lady doing here? This I'm supposed to spend several nights in this hut. So what is she? What is she doing here? Now, Credo Mutua, being a frightened Zulu, afraid of women but not afraid of wild animals, decided to sleep with his back to the wall, giving the lady a nice clean bed. A group of rebels challenges.
I'm trying to skip to the part because this I forgot. I seen this long ago, but I forgot this dude talks about a whole bunch of nothingness. Not that his life is nothingness, but this shit don't got nothing to do with what we want.
Are orchestrated by forces from outside us.
What? Okay, so now he's getting to the part where the other guys, the people who he's getting this information from, they're telling him, we are getting our information from sources outside of this realm of existence, outside of the physical plane. Why do you think these scientists are playing with CERN and playing with Google D-Wave drive and quantum computers? They're communicating with the beings who are locked in the prison dimension on the other side of the veil. They've been locked there by our God. Once they tear that wall down, that electromagnetic barrier, all them spiritual energies which are locked in there get to come out. And they either inhabit people who already have souls, who have given themselves up to these beings, or they are going to inhabit synthetic bodies. So whether that mean bodies which are just totally synthetic and robotic, or cloned bodies, because you know they've been cloning since the 30s. So understand what's going on. If you've seen the movie I, Frankenstein, it kind of shows you what they're expecting when all them demons came out the pit and then they inhabited or possessed all those dead bodies and shit, which are stitched together. All right, so you understand what's going on. Let's keep going. Right. AI. AI is not AI. These AI are fucking what we call demons, because they're locked within the physical realm, but they don't have bodies. So when you're locked within this dimension, you still hunger and you still thirst. Why do you think when people who are possessed by demons, they sleepwalk? They go straight to the kitchen and they start eating things which parasites like. They don't eat healthy shit. They eat things with like starches. They eat things which give cancer, and sweets and artificial sweets at that. They binge eat. But why do they binge eat? They eat raw meat. People who sleepwalk. That's because they possessed. You understand? And the spirit which is on them, that's what it craves. Those are the things it craves. And you just got to understand what's going on. If you read the book of Enoch, I think it's chapter 14 or 15 or something like that, around one of them earlier chapters, it'll let you know that these spirits are the offspring of these hybrids. So because the Most High God did not create them, they're not a part of initial creation. Their spirits have to wait until judgment. So they roam around and they make mischief and all that type. They feed off of your energy, negative energy and shit like that. All right, so there's truth to those things. Let's keep going.
Our people need development. Our people need peace in Africa. We are basically a peaceful people.
Right, 13 Ghosts is a good movie.
Warlike. Don't let historians tell you a lot of rubbish. Africa is not perceived by the people outside her as she really is. One, my people are Zulus. as a tribe famous for warrior exploits for many, many years now. But wait.
God damn it, nigga.
That the Zulu people actually lasted for some 7 days to the souls of those boots.
My fault, I'm trying to get to the point. This nigga talk too much, man.
I'm going to talk, sir. I'm going to talk and I'm going to reveal and damn the concept.
See, the nigga said, I'm going to snitch. I'm going to tell everything you told me. I'm going to tell everybody.
I am not a brave man, but it's
Hold on.
an eternal reason. Every day came them. At that time, sir, human beings could not speak.
Okay, hold up.
Go. A human being was both male and female.
See, he's talking about Genesis 1:1. Hold up. Let me get my scriptures. Let me bring my word out. So, remember I was telling you there's a distinction between Genesis 1:1, Genesis 1, mankind, right? And Genesis 2's mankind. Because remember, he's talking about these beings, these reptilians were around from Genesis 1. They've been around, right? Okay? This is why the Nakash, when you read the deeper parts of the story, the reason why the serpent didn't want to bow down to man was because he was created before man. So he said, listen, I was created before this being. Why would I bow down to a being that's younger than me? You understand? So that means that this serpent would have had to have been in the garden before Adam was even brought into the garden. Because you know that Adam was brought into the garden after he was created, right? Check this out. Right? Hashem God, this is Archangel Michael, our God, took the man and placed him in the garden to work and to guard it. So before that, where did he get the man? He got the man from the soil of the earth. Okay? Do you remember what we was telling you before? Hold up. North Pole Mercator map. So let me see that. Okay, 5 minutes. I might open up another live. It depends on what I'm dealing with. Because I got to remember, I got these studies I got to titrate. Okay, so remember what I was telling you? Outside this realm, this is the earth realm where we get kicked out of the Garden of Eden, right? The Garden of Eden is in here where the North Pole is. Mercator, if you read the life of Adam and Eve, it talks about the 4 or the 3 continents which are here and the giant mountain in the middle. This is where the reptilians were, right? They got kicked out of the Garden of Eden, so they went to roam around in the rest of the flat earth realm, right? They got kicked out of this North Pole region. We also got kicked out, right? This is everything that's in there he's about to talk about, right? And he doesn't believe in the Torah. This guy don't believe in the Torah. Let's go.
At that time, people could not see the stars.
All right, hold on.
People
involvement in the history of Africa.
Right. This is why Jamaicans, for instance, or just Caribbean people in general, every 6 months, or at least twice a year, or at least once a year, we're supposed to do what we call a washout, right? Where we cleanse ourselves of parasites, right? Total cleanse, right? We got shit out, you're shitting out your fucking stomach for like a week. I forget what that meant. I hate that shit. They used to make me drink when I was little. And right before school, and then like when school start in the fall, we used to do it, and then we used to do it in the spring, right before spring break finished. We used to do it again. And now that I'm older, I realize why. Because we were fighting these parasites. But anyway, let's keep going.
One of the most secret stories that was revealed to me is about these beings. This story was revealed to me first in Barrozi.
Okay, so the timestamp on this video is about 27 minutes. So in the 3-hour video is 27 minutes. So I haven't watched this shit in years, but I gotta watch it again just so I can pull out the time markers so that when I see this cat, I'm probably not gonna be able to do it by tomorrow because I gotta rest to be able to come back in. So whenever you see me jump on live, whenever this cat in here, I'll be ready for you. Okay. Okay, so it looks like this shit about to end. I'm gonna restart it. And then we're going to continue watching this video so that you can see that this guy who's in here doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. I'm using an African guy who's a black man, right? Not the same as Aboriginal Negro, but it doesn't matter. He's an Aboriginal himself to the continent of Africa. He's not a white man. And he's telling you about what his people tell him about reptilians who rule the world, who rule the shadow government. Disproving what you wrote. I hope you're still in here. This whole 3-hour video literally disproves what you're saying. Unless you're telling me Credo Mutwa is wrong. You said you met Credo Mutwa. It doesn't mean you know him. Did you tell Credo Mutwa he was wrong to his face? Did you debate Credo Mutwa? Or you just